You know that feeling, right? After a really stressful meeting or when you're just totally overwhelmed, you take that one single deep breath. And for a second, things just settle. But have you ever stopped to wonder why? Why does that work? Well, let's get into it because it's not just in your head, it's pure biology.
It's one of those things that we just take for granted, isn't it? It feels good, so we do it. But the actual answer is, honestly, fascinating. It reveals this incredible control system that you have built right into your body, a system you might not even realize is there.
So, the secret sauce here is something called the vagus nerve. I want you to think of it like a biological superhighway. It runs all the way from your brain down into your chest and abdomen, connecting to pretty much all of your major organs. This nerve, it's the hero of our story today. It's a physical connection between you taking a breath and you feeling calm. Now, to really get how this works, we need a little bit of a framework, and that's where the polyvagal theory comes in. I know, it sounds super complicated, but the main idea is actually pretty simple. The theory basically says our nervous system has different modes that it switches between to keep us safe. The vagus nerve is like the master conductor, deciding which mode we're in, whether that's feeling safe and connected or stressed and ready to run. For today, let's just focus on the two main modes. You've definitely heard of the sympathetic nervous system. That's your fight or flight response. It's the gas pedal. It hits you with adrenaline and cortisol when you sense danger. But then there's its counterpart, the parasympathetic system. And this is the one activated by the vagus nerve. This is your rest and digest mode. It's the brake pedal. It's what brings on that feeling of calm, safety, and recovery. Okay, so if we have a gas pedal and a brake pedal, how can we tell which one we're pressing? Is there a way to actually measure, get a real number that shows how calm or resilient our body is at any given moment? Well, it turns out, yes, there is. And we measure it with something called heart rate variability, or HRV. Now listen, this is the most important part to get right. HRV is not your heart rate. It's not about how fast your heart is beating. It's about the tiny millisecond differences in time between each heartbeat. You might think a steady, perfectly rhythmic heart is a good thing, but it's actually a sign of stress. A little bit of irregularity, that's the sign of a healthy, adaptable system. This chart just makes it so clear. On the left, you see low HRV. That means there's almost no variation between beats. The system is rigid, it's stressed, it's stuck with its foot on the gas. But on the right, you've got high HRV. There's more natural variation. That means your system is flexible, it's relaxed, it's ready for whatever comes next. It shows your rest and digest system is in charge. A high HRV, that's the goal. And this isn't just some wellness trend, It's backed by some really solid science. As this quote explains, researchers view HRV as a truly powerful and objective way to measure our health. It's like a real-time window into how well your body's internal braking system, that vagus nerve, is actually functioning. So this leads us to the most important question of all. If a high HRV is so good for us, if it means we're calm and resilient, is there anything we can actually do to change it? Can we consciously choose to hit the brakes instead of just letting stress run the show? The answer is a resounding yes. And the tool for doing it is something that's been around for literally thousands of years. Pranayama. You might know it from yoga. It's basically just the practice of conscious, controlled breathing. And what's so cool is that modern science is now confirming what ancient practitioners knew all along. It's a direct way to hack into our own nervous system. Okay, so here is exactly how it works. Think of it as the calming cascade. It's a chain reaction. First, you begin a long, slow exhale. That simple action physically stimulates your vagus nerve. That stimulation then sends a signal to your brain to slow down your heart rate. And as your heart rate slows and becomes more adaptable, boom, your HRV goes up. It's a direct cause and effect relationship, and that slow exhale is the button that kicks the whole thing off. All right, so we know the breath is the key, but does the type of activity matter? I mean, we live in a world that's all about high-intensity everything. So does going for a really hard run have the same calming effect on our nervous system as just sitting and breathing slowly? Well, the research on this is really clear. While intense exercise is amazing for you in so many ways, if your specific goal is to increase your HRV and activate that rest and digest mode, slow and rhythmic is actually better. This chart shows it all. Slow, breath-led practices have a much bigger positive impact on HRV. You're not just relaxing, you are actively training your nervous system to be more resilient to stress. So let's just pull this all together for a second. The biggest, most powerful idea here is that your breath is so much more than just a way to get oxygen.
It's a remote control. It is a physical lever you can pull anytime, anywhere to literally shift your body out of a state of stress and into a state of calm.
So if you're gonna remember anything, remember this. Your vagus nerve is your rest and digest button. High HRV is the scoreboard that tells you you're resilient. Long, slow exhales are the way you press that button. And that means you have a free, scientifically proven, built-in tool to handle stress that's with you 24/7. You see, you don't have to just be at the mercy of your body's stress response. You have a switch. You have a brake pedal. It's right there. So the only real question left is, now that you know you have it, when are you going to choose to flip it?